The Bucks raised the banner. That's their second Super Bowl. And then they raised the ruckus, 3rd and 6. Gronk. I get 2 touchdowns. And Mike, you talked about this touchdown. You liked it.
Hot read, had the defensive end in coverage. He gonna lose every time.
Every time, even one as good as DeMarcus Lawrence, who played well last night. Cooper Rush did not play, thank God, because Dak did. And Dak looked, I don't know, first-team All-Pro, looked unbelievable.
Get the throw him open right there, Kyle.
Listen, there's a lot of hype on CeeDee Lamb, and he played well last night, too. Amari Cooper was amazing. He had 13 catches and 2 touchdowns. But was he amazing as Ryan Suckup? Peter from?
Ryan Suckup from Tennessee.
South Carolina, he was drafted. The Bucks win. They win again. They have not lost in months and months and months. Mike McCarthy loses those 2 combined for 108 pass attempts. Hell of a game. The Buccaneers beat the Cowboys 31-29.
More highlights ahead. Thank you so much, Kyle. Tomorrow, of course, marks the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Hall of Famer, friend of the show, Michael Strahan, remembers that tragic day and how the country rallied around sports to get through some of the worst times of their lives.
9/11 started out as a normal, regular day. I got a call saying, wake up, look outside your window, and turn on your TV. And that's when I saw what had happened, and life never the same. To see that, know that there are people in those buildings, people trapped above and people trapped below, and people who went to work on a normal day who would never survive. It was devastating, scary, and just too difficult to even process. Where do you even start to unravel, to clean up, to search for survivors in any of this? And miraculously enough, New York did it, country did it. And to see first responders and firefighters coming from all around the country, everybody came together in a way in which I've never seen the state, the country, the city ever come together before. And that was the only reason we were able to bounce back. It was collective effort. First game back in New York was emotional because we walked out on the field during pregame with firefighters, medical personnel, all the first responders. We brought out some of the kids of the fallen. And I walked out with a kid on my shoulder. I just found out maybe 3 years ago that kid is Pete Davidson. It's just absolutely amazing to know that he's grown up to be who he is and to honor his father who passed away on 9/11. Yeah, emotional and tough to kind of even understand all of that, but definitely that moment, that first game back, being there with those kids and the other personnel was really special. I think that was probably one of the best seasons I've ever had, ever. And I'll tell you exactly why. When we went down to ground zero that weekend that we did not play, and to kind of be hopefully deliver supply, then be a morale booster for the exhausted workers down there, I saw people more tired than I've ever seen anybody in my entire life. So from that moment on, I said to myself, on the football field, I can never complain about being tired. I can never complain about doing my best and going hard every single play, every single game, practice, whatever it may be, because I've seen people at the deepest, darkest moments, tired as anyone I've ever seen, and they kept going.
Let's go now!
So what I'm going through now can't be tough, and I need to honor them by playing as hard as I can. If it's going to be a distraction, let it be the best distraction that they can have, because they're going to get every bit of energy that I have in me every week, and end up leading to personally a great season. But I'm more proud of the fact that they inspired me and gave me the energy to continue to play like that.
It's a beautiful piece from Michael Strahan. Thank you, Michael, for that. He talked about how the world and the country came together on that day. 20 years ago, every year since, the country comes together. It's a little closer to home this anniversary. We do our show at World Trade Center. We walk by, Peter walking into work the times that we do and leaving at the times that we do. this whole week has been preparation for that. This whole week has been firefighters cleaning the murals, polishing them, getting it ready to commemorate and to just come together on that day. How'd you feel about that piece?
That really moved me. Strahan's amazing. I mean, he put it all into words. It's incredible what it means for you to see what the city was going through, and then for him to say, how can I ever complain about being a football player and being tired? And he had one of his best seasons. To your point, on a personal level with our show, we film right down there in Lower Manhattan, and every morning we're up at 4:30, 5 in the morning. We walk in. The only other people up who are really are the officers, the firefighters, the cops, and we always give them a head nod, say what up. Today is one of those days I'm going to walk out of the office and, of course, look at them in the eye and say thank you. And this whole weekend, remember, and I'll tell you what, the Giants, Sunday afternoon, 4:30, 20-year anniversary. They're going to have the daughter of 9/11 victim sing a national anthem. Steve Buscemi is going to be doing a voiceover narrative for the big screen. He is a former firefighter. And I'll tell you this, with the Giants fans not being in the building for the last 18 months and having that to start the game, there will not be a dry eye in that building. And I cannot wait to see football back at MetLife and knowing that it's 20 years from 9/11, but also to have that community together and being able to honor those who have fallen. And an unbelievable piece by Strahan, too, and whoever produced it, that was great.
Yeah, Peter, it was unbelievable, and you guys are right. We walked right past everything just coming into the building. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, you know what I mean? I was in Penn State at the time when this happened, freshman in college, not really knowing what was going on. And so whenever I'm in town, I walk through, I see everything because I'm not from here. But I thought Stray did a great job of just putting perspective to everything. And I remember being a freshman in college. We had I think we had a Thursday night game that week, and it got canceled. Yeah. And I remember Coach Paterno talking to us. He lost a lot of people in the tragedy and things like that. But you just start to realize, kind of, that you just play a sport. And, you have issues that you may be going through within the sport, but it just gives you clarity to say, man, there are bigger issues out here. Yeah. And I remember us just having a team meeting and just talking about it, and guys just trying to interpret and understand just exactly what was happening. You see what I'm saying? It was a day I won't ever forget. It's a day that I know a lot of Americans won't forget. And I'm glad we do things like this. And I thought Strahan did a great job of putting it into words. Yeah. He really did.
I can't believe it's been 20 years. I can't believe the Pete Davidson thing. It's fascinating to me, not just because he's a famous person, but because he's all grown up and he was a little baby, and we saw those children, and now those children have children, and it's been that long since this. And there's been healing and there's been perspective, but every single morning when we walk in here, we get a fresh perspective on what that day was like, and it's tough. And incredible piece.
That's so true. And we, of course, continue to thank our first responders, fire